Hi, it's Melissa. Welcome back. Today I am doing some designing with Claudia Vanna's debut collection, Amy, and these are the papers, some of the papers. This is the ephemera pack, and it's a digital collection that you can download and print out. And so here are the ephemera pieces, and I got my silhouette cameo in November last year, and this is the first time I've done a print and cut, and I was really impressed with how easy it was once I figured out what to do. So I'm a bit late to the game with designing with this gorgeous collection. It's been out for a while now, and you can get it from Claudia's Etsy shop, and I'll have the link to that below in the information. I just want to apologise to you, Claudia. I had a printer issue. As soon as I got your collection, I had a printer issue. My printer actually, when the ink ran out, it was a new printer. When the colour ink ran out, it refused to print red and pink. It just kept printing purple, and so in the end we couldn't fix it, and I had to get a new printer, and so that's why it's taken some time to get creating. But so as soon as I could print some things out, the first piece of paper I printed was that beautiful paper I'm using as a background, and I don't have a wide format printer. I printed everything at A4 or 8.5 by 11, as you'd say in American measurements, and I just couldn't bear to cut up that paper, so I decided to make an A4 sized layout. And this is something I do every so often. I like the look that that an A4 page protector has in the album. I like the variation in size, and the paper was so gorgeous, it just worked really well for this little photo of Brielle. Now this was taken on Boxing Day, and she was having heaps of fun at my in-laws. And in the background of this photo, I originally had it cut to a square, to a 4x4, but Sam, our oldest, he had gotten a blow-up alien. Grandma used to own a toy shop, and so he was lying on the floor with the alien on top of him, and it's green. You can see a tiny wee peek of it on the left of Brielle's face, and it really just ruined the photo. So when I saw this piece of paper, I thought I'm going to crop this photo right down to just really focus in on her face and just her upper body, and cut Sam out because I was just, I wish I'd shown you actually, you'd probably have a laugh, but I found that the green just couldn't work with anything, and so I'm loving how this page came together. So the collection is really, really beautiful. It's named after Claudia's dog, Amy, and for this piece of paper I just added some Heidi Swap gold colour shine, and I'm just making sure it's dry there. And I've backed my photo on some white tissue paper and some gold tissue paper. And now I'm just adding a little tiny little doily that I got from our local stationery shop. I just had to have it. I've looked at them several times, and then in the end I just bought them, and I love it that they work really well with small photos like this. I think with 8.5 by 11 on A4 page, it's all about scale, keeping things relative. It isn't really that much different from a 12 by 12. It's just working with it to not have the, I guess for me, I don't want the photo to dominate on this one. I want to be able to really feature that beautiful pattern that Claudia has designed in the background. And so when I end up placing my photo down, it'll look like a heart to the left with those triangles. So my photo's down, and I'm thinking I do need to cover that bit of green in the photo, and I'll get to that soon. So these pieces of ephemera are beautiful. This collection has a lot in it. There are lots and lots of papers, and she has chipboard, journaling cards, she has an alpha. And I think the best thing is that once you buy it, I'd recommend buying it all. You can then just use it at your own leisure because it's digital and it's yours to keep forever. And if you love a paper, you don't have to worry about cutting it because you can just print it again. So I love that about digital collections. And you can also create hybrid layouts, which I think I may have a go at doing with my next layout that I make. So I thought about adding some of the embellishment to the, she has these aged tape or sellotape printed on the paper, so it looks like that. And I did think about adding something to it, but just keep it just plain to really feature those old bits of tape. Now I'm covered up the alien little bit of green alien with that prize ribbon that says love, and I really love how that looks on the side of the photo. And then I'm just building a cluster of embellishments at the top right, making that beautiful pink flower. I think it's a rose or a peony. It's got gold leaves. And I'm just popping up some of the elements to give them a bit more dimension. Because they are paper, the entire layout, really, I've really featured her embellishments. I haven't added anything else to it except some thickers, which you'll see soon. So I've also added the gold butterfly, and as I always do, I've just kind of folded it in half, and then I've popped up one side of the wings, because I love the butterflies to always look like they've got some dimension, like they're flying. So now I'm adding dimension to this love prize banner, prize ribbon as well, and you can see the green, and I will totally cover it up. So I'm just looking at something to layer behind here, and in the end I just left it. I thought enough. I didn't really want to overdo it on the left there because I really do want to feature that beautiful pattern. So if you watch Claudia's videos, you'll know her style is just beautiful. She is amazing at layering, and I'll put a link to her channel below as well. And do make sure you go and subscribe. She also has a Valentine's collection that she released, and she has just put out a summer collection as well, so you can see that on her Etsy shop. So I did consider using the other flower, but I thought it was a bit too much, and I was really impressed with the silhouette's ability to cut out this tiny thin ampersand. Well, it's not really tiny, it's thin, and it's gold, and I'm just loving how that just kind of blends in but still adds a bit of feature. And I'm still playing with this flower and trying to decide. Now, if my voice sounds a bit funny, it's because I think I've got hay fever in autumn now, which is really strange. I don't even know if that's possible. I probably should Google it and find out if it's normal and if it's possible. Either that or it's just cold, I'm not really sure. So these are some Dear Lizzie gold thickers, and I think I got them in a past hit kit, and I was really, really pleased to see that it had the word you. So the layout could read love you or just you, and I am just adding this little gold plus sign, and I like it. It's quite subtle, and it sort of adds a third element on the left. So the final touch before journaling is to add some black Heidi Swap colour shine splatters, and I'm into doing big splatters again at the moment, so I wanted them random. I'm not worried that they look huge down the bottom there. I like the way they look. And now I'm just doing my journaling and saying that I love the joy and delight in her face, and that it was Boxing Day that we took the photo. So yeah, that's nearly finished. All I did was add a little bee, and I think these letters are from Basic Grey or Jelly Bean Soup, I can't quite remember, but I just wanted a bee on there because I looked back through my photos of Azaria, and the girls are starting to look more and more alike at the same age. So now I'm adding the date, and it's good that I remember that it's Boxing Day. That's pretty easy. 26th of last year of December. Now I just practiced on a piece of scrap paper, and I'm using my Stays on ink, which is the best. And that completes the layout. So, oh yes, sorry, no it doesn't. I use my Dear Lizzie phrase stamp, and I just stamped the word love 3 times on the layout, as you can see. And that's the final layout. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Claudia, for letting me design with your beautiful, beautiful collection. And everyone make sure you go and check out Claudia's shop and her blog and her YouTube channel. Thank you so much.